Leave that, my people. Wash poppin'. Eva Blondie is bringing Pop Kasa back to your screens with that perfect blend of entertainment and pop culture. Now, we're legit at the end of 2022, and of course, we'll soon be seeing all the New Year resolutions dropping. Now, first off, we're taking a swipe at ourselves because we Africans have got some funny mentality to break down. Now, I want to also know what mentality Africans need to leave behind in 2022, and we need to settle scores on which song are the biggest or is the biggest African song of 2022. Now, on the Itch today, we need to address some irresponsibility on that family planning front. My guests are ready to unloaded, so let's dive right in. Welcome to Pop Kasa. Welcome back to Pop Kasa. Of course, I have really gorgeous, melanin popping, melanin dripping girls here with me. We have, first up, the dark-skinned female, the gorgeous Amiola. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm fine. I love the blue matchy you're
We're
getting
all
on
blue.
here.
It's giving end of the year blues.
That's right. I like it. And we have Seun Bankole, gorgeous. I love the red lip girl.
Thank you.
Girl. You didn't let us prepare for you today. We're not ready. But today, we're ready. Now, let's get right into the gist. For us Africans, it's really easy to set our beliefs on stones and stick with it. And since we're in that period where we write down our New Year resolutions, it's probably the right time to address some of these mentalities we need to leave behind in 2022. Now, recently, a Nigerian rapper tweeted, "Dear Lagosians, there are 36 states in Nigeria. Nigeria does not start and end in Lagos. People live in Calabar, Port Harcourt, Akwa Ibom, Enugu, Benin, and Delta, and they have amazing lives, and they do not drink yellow water. They spend half of their lives in traffic or pay expensive rent." He went ahead to still say, even Lagos people go to Abuja and think they are abroad, and they cannot believe that ordinary people should enjoy the basic things Abuja people enjoy. Because of their classist mentality, most mainland people have better lives than island people. Now, I can honestly feel the pain in his heart from this tweet. I can feel it boiling deep down somewhere within. And he's not completely wrong, but I really want to know, I want to hear from you, what's the Lagos hype? Like, what's the Lagos hype really about? Do we think that these cities live up, or this city Lagos lives up to that expectation or that hype that is all about Lagos? Amiola, you first. I'm keeping eye contact with you, girl.
Well, the thing is, Lagos is one of the most vibrant cities in Nigeria. We can't even deny it. We can't argue it. It's one of the most popping cities. I mean, when a lot of people even think that Lagos is the capital of Nigeria. And I think that
was at some point.
Yeah, it was. But now people still think, people think today that Lagos is the current capital of Nigeria because of all the noise and all the hype that Lagos brings. Also, I think it's the most populous city in Nigeria as well. So,
there's Kano too.
Well, yeah, there's that. But I feel like there's a lot of civilization or quote-unquote civilization in Lagos. So I understand.
Quote unquote. I in the other part of the
country. Exactly. That's what I mean by civilization. That's why I said quote unquote.
Okay.
Don't come for me, please.
That's a problem.
I mean, yeah, there is the hype. Do I think it lives up to the hype? Sometimes, yes. Not every time, because there are times where you're just like, why am I in all this traffic? Why is the water running out of my tap yellow? You know, like, why do I have to be going through all of this because I'm living in Lagos? So at those times you think, maybe not. But other times, I think so.
Other times you think so. I don't need to think, but okay. Let's hear from you, Seun. What do you think?
Okay, so I think Lagos is overrated. I think the things that make it civilized, if some other state governments adopt the same things that Lagos state government adopts, people would not come to Lagos.
Yeah.
I mean, there are already many people living in Lagos. With the rate of jackpot in 2022, you would expect that traffic would drop drastically.
I mean, like,
it's tripled.
As people are leaving, more people are entering.
NYSC, they are relocating, redeploying, they are coming. As they are graduating from university, they are coming. As they did not see job in their states, what happened?
We really need to ask what's happening, because it's actually quite
I think it's overrated.
The land of opportunities, I guess.
And they take those opportunities to other states so that people would not flock in. Because it's doubling the traffic.
That's what needs to be done. Like, other states need to develop them.
Yes.
Other people need to develop other states so that Lagos can be decentralized.
And there's something I always say, Lagos should not be a place people live in. Nobody should live in Lagos.
Lagos is
Come to Lagos, hustle, work and go
then
back home. If you live in Lagos, it will affect your mental health.
There's one thing I actually normally say is like Lagos is not for every person in Lagos has like a touch of madness.
Say it
You
again.
actually can't be sane in this country.
No, for real.
If it comes to
This
that,
thing we are
like,
used
I really
to.
don't think that we are actually really civilized in this Lagos. Because if you see the way people drive on Lagos,
No, we are civilized because when they get outside Lagos,
they behave.
They
But
behave.
that's the thing, in this Lagos, it's not there.
you need
not
madness
there.
to
And
survive.
I think that it's in the major cities in the world. Like that's how it is. Like
Yeah.
in major
Everywhere.
cities in the
For
world.
some major
So
cities,
it's like if the city has the hype to it, then it would have all these things: traffic.
Okay,
insecurity
no,
to
I
an
quite disagree.
extent.
If there's hype with the city, how about the government make it easy for people to come?
But look
so
at-
as they are populating,
I feel like there's so many
Allow the
laws,
resources
there's a
to-
lot, there's a
But
lot.
look at New York, for example.
all right?
That's one of the most expensive cities in the
yeah.
world, right? And everybody that goes to New York will complain that even with all this hype, there are rats on the road. New York rats are legendary. There's traffic. There's poor people sleeping on the roads, which are not even as bad as like in Lagos. I don't think you see as many homeless people in Lagos as you might see in New
I mean,
York.
there are, but
Yeah, but I mean the number of people you see sleeping on the streets.
But the New York people, they are still allowing the resources
You
to
people are
spread.
really ready to lift up Lagos today. But basically, I mean, like you said, New York is one of the most expensive cities. Also dragging, I think for a long time, New York was dragging with Singapore.
No,
Yes.
this
But
year
now
they're
it
both
is
tied.
topping the list as the most expensive city. But I mean, what's with all the hype? The money we spend in Lagos, way is too much.
Yes.
Way is too much.
Standard of living is very expensive.
Yeah, the writer also listed a few things that we need to discuss, and based on your individual experiences, I want to find out: do you experience that yellow water? Because me, I do. I'm living on the island. I'm living on the island, and the water is yellow. We have to do extra treating. You get your own water. How do you guys like? Do you experience that yellow water thing?
Oh, definitely. Like my house is. We have a group chat where we're constantly bashing our facility manager because it's like, it's as simple as putting treatments in the water and making it that. But why is the water even yellow? Like I went to see my parents on the mainland the other day, and I'm just like, it's the little things like you open the tap and I can wash my face with tap water. I can cook with the water from the tap. It's mind blowing that we're paying. I think that the rent that you pay on the island is way more than what you pay on the mainland.
And yet
But
you
it's
don't
for
have
what?
those
Like,
services.
what are the
About-
minor?
We'll
just for
come
you.
right into that your yellow water. We'll come back to that red. Yellow water. Do you experience it?
No, luckily for me, I stay in Lagos mainland.
Okay.
And we have clear water, sweet
Wow,
water. You can open
So
the
it's-
tap at any time and enjoy. You don't have to fret
It's now
or
a mainland
get
versus
angry.
island.
That's
Yes.
what
She's shading us. She's shading us.
Take your
Okay,
shade.
Okay, let's go right into the next thing. Expensive rent. You talked about expensive
Yeah.
rent, you guys. Lady, do you know 5-bedroom duplex in the mainland is 1.5 million?
Yes. And then you
And
come to the
one-bedroom
island. I'm
self-contained
not even going to
That's
on the
one
lie.
bedroom in Lagos.
There was one time I was doing house hunting and I saw a house and it was literally like a second gate man's house. And they're calling the rent 1.5 million.
BQ.
And so that's like, it's really ridiculous because, yeah.
But okay, so there's an overhype on Lagos. But why is there a Lagos Island hype compared to Lagos mainland hype?
Because
I think it's you people.
The
that caused
island
it.
is supposed to be the metropolitan
It's supposed
side
to be
of
where the-
Lagos.
that, you know,
Enjoy your expensive
Okay.
city.
Now, aside the Lagos Island versus mainland hype and mainland saga, what are those other mentalities that you think Africans should leave behind in 2022?
This one, I think it might shake a few tables.
Shake it, sister,
But I
girl,
think
shake it.
that there is no, like, leave society alone. If society has told you this is how things are supposed to be, it's not necessarily how things are supposed to be. Like, do you? Do you get me?
Just do
Like,
your
leave
thing.
society and do you.
Do you?
Yeah.
Another mindset they should
Seun.
drop. There is nothing like iPhone life is bigger than Samsung or
Oh my
Android
God.
life. Yes,
Okay.
that argument still exists, and I don't want us to
We're
take it
going
into
to
the
be
new
true.
year. If you're using an iPhone, just admit that you love Apple. Don't even I do it sharp, but this is a message. A note
Are
to
you using
self.
iPhone or Samsung? iPhone or Android? iPhone or Android?
I love Apple. Yeah, I love Apple. So I think people
is
should.
it the same for all Africans though? The iPhone and iPhone
think
And
it's a
Nigerians,
running-
especially Nigerians.
I think
Nigerians
it's
majorly.
worldwide actually. There's
It's
a
worldwide.
there's a running conversation. Even in like Samsung ads, you see them throwing shade at the iPhone.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So
yes.
I mean,
So
it's a
very
general global.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's a
Well,
global
for me,
debate.
the one I really want to talk about on that thing we need to leave behind, for me, I would say it has to do with outfit repeating. Honestly, let's talk about that. This week, like my little cousins and my little nieces came over the house post Christmas hangout on the island. They came from the mainland where they have
Clear water.
Lights is 24/7.
Yeah.
I was shocked. Yeah, they came to the island and she's like, "Oh, I can't repeat an outfit that I had worn just recently." Like, why? I say, why? Say people will know. I say, who are the people that will know?
Outfit rememberers.
This girl is 15 and she's already like, because that's how it's been structured. Like, you cannot wear certain outfits again.
Yes.
And I'm like, please, let me just tell y'all.
And it's unnecessary pressure.
We need to change that because
if
I pay money to
buy my clothes,
outfit,
I'm gonna wear it until they start removing wool.
Thank you.
And that's on Mary had a little lamb.
Exactly, and that's all period. Now we still have a lot to talk about. We have the biggest music coming up right after the break, so you guys need to keep it tuned. We're still on that entertainment and pop culture vibe, and right now we want to settle the scores on the biggest African song of 2022. Rolling Stone put out an article saying Burna Boy's Last Last is the biggest song in Africa for 2022, with Oxlade's Closer as number 2, Ashake featuring Burna Boy's Sungba. On number 3, Aya Star's Rush, which made it to Obama's 2022 favorite music list as number 4. So Burna Boy's Last Last on number 1. Guys, do we agree? Do we agree? And what are the metrics used to decide all of this? Do we agree? Ami, do you agree? You don't seem like you agree.
I think that Last Last is a really big song. I think it was one of the biggest songs. I don't know what song is bigger than it from this year that blew as internationally as Last Last did. I think that I'm inclining towards agreeing with these guys on it being number 1, because not only did that Tony Braxton tune that he sampled do it for him, it's like that was a lot of what lots of people picked on and said, oh, this sounds familiar, and then it went exactly. So I think that's what really played a big part for him. And then the song is very catchy as well. So
last, I watched a video where one girl was like, I think it was during his concert. I think in the UK,
she was singing it.
She was crying. She was like, last, everybody go shop. You can tell that she had just eaten a few. Oh my God. Like, she was reminiscing while crying. Everybody go. Do you agree though? Should it be number 1? And I mean, because of the hype that came with Ashake's stardom, I would expect that an Ashake's song would make it. But to be very honest, this song is really, really big. So I'm just on the fence. I'm like, okay, if not Last, maybe Sungba.
As a number 1 song?
Yes.
For this year?
Yes.
We're not talking about Africa and Nigeria alone. We're talking globally.
Yeah, I mean, you would agree because Burna Boy has won an award.
Okay. Since we're talking about which one you think, if not Last for you, what would it have been?
Something from Ashake, maybe.
Something you're not even sure.
Organize or Sungba. Yes.
Can you even sing it?
Every other day, organize.
It's the vibe for me. Which other song would it be for you if not Last?
I think Last is definitely a top contender for
Burna Boy's baby.
But I think that
Burna Girl.
His Daniel Buga song was a really big song.
But I know Buga was really big in Nigeria though, but outside Nigeria,
it was big in Africa too.
Africa, yes, but maybe not so big globally.
That's what I mean by Last being a global number 1, because you are seeing it's playing on the radio in America, in UK, it's playing everywhere. So I think that, and then you see like foreign celebrities vibing to Last as well. We don't see a lot of that happening to other songs.
Forgive me,
that came out of Africa.
You just stick to
Thank you.
Thank you. You're not even changing it. You're not even going to change it. You're going to stick to yours. It's Last,
yeah.
Period.
Last.
What are your top 5 African songs 2022?
Okay, so Last, duh. I would say Ashake's Sungba, the Burna Boy remix. I'm sorry, it's not really. You can call me a
Burna FC.
Maybe.
Yeah,
There's
the many two nowadays still.
South African song that really went. I think it's on that list as well, but I think it's like number 4 or 5.
Okay.
I don't know the name of the song.
Is it the song everybody was dancing to?
Which one?
But think fast. If they did or didn't put fire, this is how you say. If it's put fire, this is how
Is
you
this one
say.
everybody was dancing to on Instagram a couple of months
That's
ago?
the one. That
Yes,
one.
That's the
TikTok,
one.
that
So
one.
people have collected in your brain.
Yes. When I hear the song,
Yeah, it's like,
I don't remember. So that's number 3.
That's number.
Nah.
So that's number 4 for you. You said Burna. You said
Sungba and
Ashake.
Ashake, yes,
But
Sungba
there's
and
another
Ashake.
Burna
And then
for
that's
you.
South
No,
African
just
song.
Burna with Sungba. Burna on Sungba.
Uh-huh.
That's the remix. So that's number 2. Then it's South African one is number 3.
4.
Then number 4, I think one of these Maven songs, Overdose, Overloading.
Yeah.
That was a very
Overloading.
yes.
It was really
Yes.
good. It was really
Yes.
good.
I like
I hosted an event and these kids, oh my God, they went wild.
Ate it up.
The song was not even playing. They were chanting all the words. And I don't think they know their school books that seriously. But it was so deep for them. Like, oh my God. I was like, wow. So, yeah. I think those ones. Yeah, my top
You
4.
have one. You have one.
One
Top
more.
5.
Yes, one more.
Oh, 5. Let's get to
Ambo. Is that the song?
No.
The South African song. Oh God, that's what came to my
Oh
head.
yes,
That's
yes.
it.
Are you people not sure that you will do the dance?
Oh my God, look at all of us.
Damn.
So I'm sure that's already on your top 5.
Yes.
So you gave me top 4. No, you can't think
We'll
of
come
the
back
5.
to 5.
Okay, let's
Yeah.
do top 4 for
I
you.
mean, I can't deny the fact that last has to make the list, but it's number 3 for me. Because
Gosh.
yes,
Gosh.
last brings back terrible memories for certain ladies that just chopped breakfast.
You are
So
inside that
I'm not gonna make it my
you
number
are
1.
inside that category.
So I think number 1 will be Buga. We can't deny the fact that Buga was really big this year.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
my
for
number
the
5, Buga.
Oh, number 5. Nice.
okay.
This is your eyes. This
Burna.
is your eyes. Yeah, your eyes want to eat up Amiola right now.
So yeah, Buga, and then Overdose. Overdose was really big. And Amber should be my number. Last should be
It's
my
the
number
fact that
3.
you're giving it a
And
Yoruba
then
word, Amber.
Yes, there was a video taker on Instagram that was doing Amber Day. Amber. So that's how I remember this song. Because it's not even
That's
in
your
there.
number 3.
That's number 3. Then last number 4. And Sungba, number 5.
Wait,
No,
how do we
Sungba
get to
cannot be
Sungba now?
number 5. Yes, now.
Is it,
Sungba
you
will
said
be-
which one is the first?
Do you
ticket?
think Rush would
Buga.
get in there?
like,
Maybe
nobody
not my
is even
list,
thinking
but
of
I mean, it's on
Not your
Obama's
list.
list.
Not your
so it's a
list,
big
but
deal.
Obama's list, right?
Yes, yes.
Well, for me, I have just one song on my list.
Tell us.
Say you they want me need.
Oh. Say you dey wine nobody say.
Oh my
Hey. See, I
sang
don't know
it?
how you are not vibing
sang
to
it?
the song. Sir? Sir? We're gonna find out his name later. I knew the name before.
Yeah, I know his name. Kelvin.
I can't remember
Austin.
Austin the Boo.
Yes, Austin.
Say you they
And
want me
then
that you don't know the
this
song.
boy director gave him a
Yes.
new video.
Yeah, that
They
was
did a
very
new
nice.
video.
And that was very nice.
That was my best song. I don't
Free
think
of
I have
charge.
any.
So that's not the biggest song. That's your best song.
That's my best.
Okay, cool.
No, that's why I asked you now your top 5 best.
Okay.
Your
Okay.
own.
Okay.
This is my own top 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Is that your ringtone by any chance?
No. We are still using it on mountain. What that? I don't know. Real quick, right there. We'll go on a quick break, and of course, we're coming back with the itch, because you guys, this particular itch is actually itching. me. And we need to talk about it. Stick around, guys. Now, moving on to the itch of the day, we really need to address some irresponsibility on that family planning front. Now, a Nigerian veteran musician, Weird MC, made a tweet stating, please, if you decide to be irresponsible and you keep giving birth to children, please don't come and blackmail me later that I'm stingy when I refuse to give you money. Family planning is important. Condoms are available. Stop telling me they are your children, ma. No, they are not. And I absolutely agree. I did not follow you to do intercourse. Why am I required to follow you to take care of the family?
children.
I don't understand. Why am I inside this? Why are we doing this thing together? Did I follow you to do that?
Now.
I didn't have sex.
You know this
When you are doing sex.
You know this thing they say in Africa where one person gives birth to the child and then 20
community
persons.
raises-
Sorry,
Yeah.
it's not
So
this
they're like, it's your child, man.
This
Join us
community.
to
Seun, can you relate to this?
Yes, I mean, I come from a community where people are entitled to help from other persons. And then unfortunately, I find out that, maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's not a fact, but I find out that the poorer families, the low-income people are the ones with more children. And then the very wealthy families have one or two. Like, is your brokenness encouraging you to engage more in coitus?
Maybe
Where
even
you
if you engage in the coitus, say you didn't think that there
It will turn to something.
bring out something.
I think that the women who, I mean, let's say the poorer ones, with lack of a better word, I don't mean to
The low-income
but
families.
the low-income families. I think that they just don't know better because in a lot of times they don't have the education. I mean, the women, for example.
Yeah, I'm
because I
thinking
know
about
the men, for example, know that they can as well. Like if you're not wearing economy, you could pull out. But the women, but the women probably don't know about like birth control or family planning methods that they could get, or like if you're talking to somebody who doesn't know as much as we do, she would tell you that she's very surprised that she could do this and she would not have children, or she could not get pregnant.
I mean, that reminds me that the man could even insist that no, you're not doing.
Yes.
Okay,
Let's
well,
do it
I
the
do
natural
understand
way.
what you're saying and what you're saying, but it brings me to think about the fact that some of these people were already engaging in sexual intercourse before marriage, but somebody didn't get pregnant then.
And
But
then
why
when they
you
now
get married, you now know how
they
to
will now
have
activate
5, 6, 7
pighood.
children.
Man,
You knew how to prevent it then when you were not married and you were engaging in, like I like to say, Twitter
They were withdrawing.
fornication. You were engaging in fornication. You did not think
They were
of
practicing.
They were
practicing
hey.
for marriage.
You know,
Yeah.
but then you didn't get pregnant then somehow.
And now, so in practice,
I mean, you're
you
not
don't really
married,
score the
so your
goals.
husband wants children, and that's
And
how
you've
they
had
just keep
one, you've had
getting
2, you've
pregnant.
had 3.
I mean, 7 sometimes, and you
please.
can't even sponsor them. Then you're not gonna look for one family in the
G
area.
small name, yeah, that's what I'll just say. Just use small and be doing it small. So like, okay, would we say is the lack of family planning now? Would we say that the lack of family planning is a poverty mentality?
Yes, I think so, to a very great extent. Because I mean, like, if they knew better, they wouldn't be having all these many children.
No.
Also, this new better thing is objective because
I absolutely
they knew better
disagree.
before they got married and they didn't even have
I
babies.
think
absolutely
to an
disagree.
extent, if they knew better, they wouldn't be doing that. But at the same time, I think that a lot of times when men feel like they're frustrated with things that are happening outside,
They'll just
I don't
dance.
mean to make it a gender bias, but like they just go back home to their wives and pour all their frustration.
And then they fall onto it turns to a child.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so let me hear from you now.
So I've heard a couple of men say that, let me impregnate my wife and have as many children as possible because I don't know the one that is going to be wealthy and successful and that will take care of me when I'm old.
Hey?
Wow.
Yes, that's why they give birth to so many children. Yes, I've heard it so many times. So I disagree. They know how to pull out.
They know what they are
They know
doing.
how to withdraw. They know how to buy 30 naira something by their chemist.
In like a Nikano situation, now, you know Nikano just had his 12th child. With him, some people say that he's grooming organs.
What's the face doing? The canon is doing what the face was doing, but I'm not sure it's about
knowing better.
yeah, I think they know, but they just want to have
don't.
as many children as their
And maybe-
body
maybe-
can.
you
I mean, that's why
guys-
they will have 2 or 3 wives and then say each of them must have 5, 6 children.
Maybe they're saying that if I don't make it in life, at least I have children.
You have children.
That's it.
Yeah,
You hold
That's
on
how
to
we
that.
do for the world.
Now, really, actually, 2023 is that year for us all to get our acts right on different levels. My only New Year's resolution is just to relax and be taken care of. Girl, you
Preach.
get it. You get it. Now, I don't even want to know how. That's it. I don't want to know how. I just want to live in a soft life. Well, it's about that time to check out for the day and for the year on Podcast. Because the next time I'll see you guys, it's going to be 2023. Yes, I really do pray that this new year brings you all the good things of life. And until then, you guys, you're a guitar. Have a nice day.